Hello, my peeps. Sorry, I just remembered something. Okay. I forgot to mute my speaker. I was trying to be real like lifelike. I can't look behind my computer because if I do, I won't be on my camera. Um, but I feel like if you see me, you don't know it's Tuesdays with Tracey. That's me. I'm Tracey. Um, so I went on a little bit early today. Excuse me, because I was working on my newsletter. There's so much going on right now. I have been working on my newsletter, and all of a sudden, I locked my entire computer up. And I thought, oh, this is some very bad timing. This is very bad timing. So I spent the last half hour just trying to get my computer to work again. And technology. You know how every day when I do this, I struggle to get the YouTube comments to come up? Yeah, they're already up. Um, so there you go. I'm having such a learning day today too. What fun fact should I tell you first while we wait for everybody to join us? Um, Today is the vernal equinox. It's at 9:06 local time. So that's the start of spring. That's about when the next snow should start falling. Um, we had a big snowfall and then it got super warm. Well, mid to high teens the last couple of days. Melted, just like my yard is just about devoid of snow, even in the back where it's like north facing. South facing goes fast. Um, we're not supposed to get very much out of here, but any snow is welcome at this point. But I was like, why is it called vernal? And I still don't know why it's called vernal, but I do know that equinox is Latin for equal night, when the north and the south both get the same amount of light. So I did learn that. Um, I was watching curling earlier today. Well, just before the computer locked up. Actually, that's what I did. I was working on my newsletter, and then there was a good shot, and so I looked away, and then when I looked back, the whole computer was frozen. But then I had to Google, why is Turkey now called Turkaya? So for those of you who inquiring minds like me, I love Google. Have I ever mentioned how much I love Google? Before you had to like go find a dictionary or go start phoning people and asking why things were happening or what things were. Now you just Google a question. I like to come up with like the craziest questions I can think of to ask Google just to see what the answer will be. But anyhow, yeah, it's apparently the Turkish people have called Turkey Turkaya since like the early 1900s when they became a independent nation. I think the article was very American centric, so it had said that that's what the Americans called it, and it will still they have an exemption to still show up on American maps as Turkey because that's what most people know it as. But they wanted to make a break from the reference to Turkey as in the very popular bird, but also a turkey being like a dud or a foolish, you're a turkey. So they were trying to make a break from that. So they were going back to what they call it, and they got it applied through the UN and approved and the whole bit. So that's why they call it that now. I still didn't figure out like if it's like the Turkish word for something, but I did figure out that's what they've been calling themselves for years. It's just the non-Turks that have been calling them that, I guess. So, anyways, so I learned that today, and then I'm on a roll for like except something pops up. But something else just popped up recently, and I thought I don't have time. I can't Google that right now. I have to focus. But yeah, every time something, I'm like, "Ooh, what is that?" So because my brain wasn't full enough with new information already since yesterday. Hello, Tamara. So yes, I'm so happy that the comments showed up that fast. I'm even more happy that somebody commented because now I know for sure they're working. So yes, oh, it's Tuesday with Tracey. Okay, so it's just after 7, so I'll stop rambling about snow and other things. So those of you waiting for my newsletter, as soon as I'm done here, I will go back to finishing it because once I finally got the computer going again, I was scared to touch very much. And I think because I closed absolutely everything but what I needed to run the site, closed Facebook, all the other stuff, that might have something to do with what made the comment section show up faster. So I might have learned that inadvertently as well. Okay, so now, excuse me, apparently I've hit puberty. I am going to switch over to this view so you can see what's in store for the evening. Okay. There is just so much stuff going on right now. At work, we used to have in wildfire, we would call it silly season in the spring when there was just people were coming and things were happening and weather and snow and fires. And then every time I see March Madness on TV, I know they're talking about basketball, but I think, oh, we got a little bit of our own March Madness going on. But yeah, there's a lot going on right now. So here's what tonight's agenda is. A little bit about Paper Pumpkin, some upcoming events. I got lots of information on extravaganza and that. Things that are carrying over and retiring, the new catalog, the pricing changes, and I'll point out some highlights and deals. And there's some staples that are going. And I think it's important that you know they're going because get them while they last. I don't think none of the things that are staples are on sale. And that's the whole thing of do you wait for them, whatever. We'll get to that. But in the meantime, and I have visuals, like stacks of visuals to show you. So let's start with first up, Paper Pumpkin. So our next kit coming up, which you have till the 10th of April, I had to think what month we were in. I just finished saying March Madness and somehow that didn't click, is called Delicate Wings. And as you can see, it's cards. So it's got lots of this champagne foil and pop-up butterflies. And it's very pretty, the little sneak peeks we've seen. You can see the kind of colors here. I don't have a better image than this, so that's what you get. Now, if you have a regular monthly subscription, you will notice, I don't know if there's anything on here I'm not supposed to show. Here's the sheet. I'm just going to read off of it because now all of a sudden I don't know if I wrote anything in here I'm not a lot. But anyways, so with this March or April kit, Paper Pumpkin is going up by 75 cents. So you'll notice it. It's like right now you're not paying anything because it hasn't finalized yet. But as soon as it finalizes on the 10th, or I guess the 11th technically, you will notice it is another 75 cents. So instead of it being, well, in Alberta where we only have 5% GST, I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Right now, the current cost of the kit plus the GST is $35.70. After this extra 75 cent ups the tax slightly, it will now be $36.49. The only way around that, unfortunately, and it's not a big change, and Paper Pumpkins have gotten so much better. They're awesome. I still remember the very first ones, what did I say, 2013, 11 years ago. And they were cool at the time, but when you compare them now, oh my goodness, the stuff that's in them and the amounts, and it's all great. So if you can buy a prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscription, that's a lot of P's. How about you buy a prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscription from the Paper Pusher? There we go. And if you buy it, the price will be the same until the end of April. So on the 1st of May, that price is going to go up. And then whatever you pay in the prepaid, it will stay that way until the prepaid runs out. I buy once a year, I buy a 12-month one. So I'm good right now. I've got 9 months left, I think. I can't remember what month I switched it over. I do that so I can maximize on Celebration. But so mine's not going to go up until that subscription runs out, the prepaid. But anyway, so that's the way around it. So obviously, if the kits are going up, the subscriptions are also going up as well. The refills, which are currently $15, will go to $15.75. This is before tax and shipping. And past kits, like full past kits, are going to go from $28 to $28.75. So they're only each going up by 75 cents. But if you're getting a lot of stuff, or if you just want a good deal, order soon before the price goes up. I was working on a newsletter. So if you get my newsletter, all of this stuff will be in the newsletter. But I like to talk about things too. I told you, you're going to get a dose of color commentary with everything. So I seriously, I have so much stuff on my desk. I'm trying to figure out where to put stuff. Okay. I had a blast last week at our midweek card escape. We had 10 people, biggest group ever. So much fun. Lots of new stampers, people that were like, look, I made a card, which is the whole reason I do this. I just love it. And then they're going to give that card to somebody and somebody's going to be like, oh my God, look at the card you made me. It's the best watching. So the next one's coming up on the 18th of April. I'm going to post that now. There's some of the samples of the new kits we're going to use. This is beginner stamper, or I've stamped a lot, but I just want a nice fun evening out. Some easy stamping, some friends, some good drinks. And by good drinks, I mean smoothies. She's also got espresso and some teas and stuff like that. Love the menu there. Let me see. I've got my perennial lavender and trusty tools. Trusty tools we have a bit of time on. Perennial lavender, I need to know by next week. And when we get to the other part, you'll know that things are going to start. It's going to be the inventory fun, right? I'm going to check every day. And having said that, because my computer locked up, I didn't actually check because I was too busy getting it all going again. I didn't check right before we started. See if I could multitask it. I was going to do it, see if I could do it without you telling, but as soon as I stick it under there, that's not really helping, is it? There's already some stuff that is on low inventory. Now that the retiring lists have gone out and people know what's coming and going, people are going to start stocking up. Things are going to start to go fast. Even if the stuff's not on sale yet, things are going to start to go. So it's going to be a daily what's in, what's out, what's coming back, what's, So, yeah, I would like to get this stuff ordered. Now, here's the beauty. I will tell you. Spoiler alert for some of the upcoming information. This is my perennial lavender class, right? So these are the 4 cards we're making. That's sideways. And that one's sideways too. And this is what comes with your little group. Everybody gets their own thing of embellishments because it's just so much easier that way. This paper and these embellishments carrying over. They're gorgeous. The tools class, the stamp set is still going until the end of April. It's carrying over. Very excited. So we have these 4 cards. So I have to try to do this a different way. Now this paper was a celebration paper, so it's already done. But look at this with no paper whatsoever. This is my favorite card in this thing. But these, which I also love, which are the little cork rounds, they are not carrying over. So I need to make sure I stock up. I need to know who's coming so I can stock up so I can get the stuff. Spring extravaganza. You know what? I am going to do that before. I was debating what order I was going to do this in. Okay, this one I have to be super careful with because I can't show you. Yeah, I got to move some stuff. I can't show you anything from the new catalog. Lucky for us, all those lovely demonstrators that went to On Stage last week. Yes, it was last week already. They posted lots of pictures. So I can show you pictures they posted of things. I just can't show you like anything like directly in the catalog. So yes, operators are standing by. Okay, I do have my cheat sheets because when the catalog first comes out, and sometimes a year later, I just make names up for things. But I'm going to try, for those of you who might actually know what I'm talking about, to use the right names for things. Okay, so first off, because I think it's funny, this is roughly what we're making for projects. Okay. Now, these are just drafts of the project because until I actually see the stuff and we tweak it, and then I get approval from Tamara for the how much die cutting I have asked her to do, then these cards aren't finalized. But we have a rough idea. Some DSP, some new stuff. Oh, using some great things. I cannot wait. We did find out last week that these are the new in colors. This is a picture of somebody's in color ink pads. Ooh, I know, right? Ooh, sitting on their table at On Stage. This is the On Stage placemat that was on the table. So Pretty in Pink, which I've seen a couple things, and I don't remember who said it now, but one of the demonstrators that have been around for a while said, if you've been around for a while, it's the same Pretty in Pink we used to have. No die cutting. There will be die cutting. I'm just trying to minimize the die cutting. But let's be realistic. Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Beach Pie, and Petunia Pop. These are fun names to say. You know what else I noticed when I was trying to like short form these? They like this is a PP and a PP, and actually there's 3 of them that are P's and 2 of them that are S's. So when you try to short form it and distinguish it, it doesn't help you any because they have the same initials. Anyways, these are the in colors. Now in this kit, I have rejigged the whole thing and double checked the math, and Tara and I had our little meeting this afternoon, and so I can tell you that the prices are not changing. Prices are going up, but based on math and how it all worked out and stuff like that, these prices are going to stay for now. So what we have for the $100, like the main fee, you get a package of the assorted cardstock, a package of the in color DSP, a package of the embellishments. You'll use some of those on your cards, a 1/5 of a roll of each of the 5 colors of ribbon, and it looks like nice ribbon. I've seen pictures of it, but it couldn't get it to print well enough. And then it says, and one other in color product. That other in color product is some very luscious glimmer paper in the 5 colors, just so you know. And then all the stuff you need to make 3 each of 3 card designs. Again, let's just pretend this makes some kind of sense to you. And then there was a TBD gift or tag or project. So this one is where it's tricky. You just have to trust me that that's going to be cool. Okay. And I've already forgotten what it said on here. Oh, okay. So there's some new stuff coming out in the new catalog, and it's kind of mix and match. It's for start out, like kind of the beginner starter level, but it's also going to just be lots of fun. So we're going to make a couple cards using some new products, just so you get a feel for those products, and it's going to be awesome. And that's all I'm going to tell you. And I don't even know if it's got an official name, but that's what the last project is. So, you know, you can still pay an extra 25 to get the in colors added on. The in colors, the in color markers. You can still pay an extra 68 for the 5 things of blends. Blends are going up in price. Blends are going from $13.75 to $15.75. But all of these different add-ons that we add on, and I'm going to give you 2 more. I just got to figure out what I did with my piece of paper with the prices on it. We're basically giving them to you at the catalog price. We're kind of eating the cost of shipping and GST, because with between our commission, that's not the right word I wanted, but it works out to our advantage to up the amount of Stampin rewards and hopefully 50% items to maximize door prizes. So just a little bit of figure, and we're still going to come out okay. So we're leaving these prices. So you're getting a heck of a deal if you order them now, because they will be more than this if you order them separately, a bunch more. Okay, so what did I just do with my papers? There we go. Thank you to whichever demonstrator posted this. This is the main stamp set and dies that we are going to use for extravaganza. It's part of a suite. The other stamp set and bundle that are in the suite are going to be used to make the cards, but I have no pictures of them. Like, nobody posted a picture from on stage. I don't know if they showed them, so I can't show you. These ones are pictures from the boards at on stage. I think at Rotterdam, because for the most part, I was looking at the Rotterdam one because they're ahead in time, or the Melbourne one, but mostly it was Rotterdam. So it's called Unbounded Love, and it is this awesome stamp set full of all sorts. You're not gonna be able to read it very well, I don't think so, but a huge variety of sentiments. And then these are the dies that come with it, and a bunch of them are labels, and a bunch of them are kind of like frames and foliage. So you will be able to make your cards and make them look awesome. And if you don't have the, like, so if it's the to-go, or you get your thing and you don't end up being able to make it, the only thing that you would need to finish the cards to make them look just like the samples would be this sentiment set. So if you want to add on the sentiment set, just in case, or just because it's awesome, it's an extra $34. And that's the catalog price. Like I said, it's a deal. If you wanted to get the bundle, because some people, if you're going to get both anyways, you save 10% by getting the bundle, then the bundle price is $75.50. So I'm going to add those 2 options onto the registration form, so you know you can get them. You do not need to buy this bundle to make the cards. If you come to the in-person, we will have these there. If you get a to-go package, then you just need to have sentiments that will fit onto labels, right? I'm pretty sure most people have sentiments. Now, the other thing that I will tell you, just so that you know, if you're having trouble deciding and you're trying to make your budget go farther, if you are coming to on stage in person, we'll have more door prizes and different ones. It all just depends on who registers. We need more people to register, please. We're half sold out, but there's a magic number we got to hit to make it like all viable. And I will tell you that the in-person event subsidizes the to-go packages. So anybody local either has to come to the in-person or pick up, like a porch pickup. So you don't have to come on the actual day, but you just have to do porch pickup to get your stuff. And it's just the distance people that we will mail to, because we lose out every time we do it. We might have to charge a slightly different price next year for that to make that work. Nonetheless, in order to make the in-person event work, we need to have 3 of everything. So Tamara will buy her stuff, and I will buy my stuff, but we need a third to make our little setup work. And I think I think it's going to be fun. Like a big part of this day is socializing and snacking and having fun with like your table mates and stuff. So I think this is going to work out quite well for that. So we are going to end up buying an extra one of these bundles, an extra one of the other bundle, and an extra set of in color ink pads, all 5 of them. And at the end of the in-person event, we are going to draw 3 names, and you're going to get those. Now, the dies will be slightly used. The stamps will be used at the event, because the more dies Tamara has to do the die cutting ahead of time, the better, because then I can add more stuff to the die cutting list, right, Tamara? That's how that works. But the actual stamping on the day of, we'll be using these stamp sets and the ink pads, but they're going to be, what is it when you get a car? Like gently pre-owned by the time you get them, but it's how it's going to work out. But these are you're getting some pretty good bundles out of this. A bundle of ink pads or 2 of these other bundles will be drawn for. And then there'll be some other prizes and stuff. Now, the reason that's not going to the to-go packages is because they will be used and the ink pads are not going in the mail. No, you're just all of a sudden going, wait a minute, what did she just say? So yes, there will be different ones. But yeah, the ones that have been used here will be, at the end of the day, boom. Hello, Ida. I feel like I see your hand, and so I feel like I have to wave back. Okay. So I would like to know, preferably this week, Tamara's going to run through all this stuff again on her coffee break on Friday. And then you have to, like, whatever the day is, sometime at the end of next week. But I would really like if people would do it sooner so that I can have next week off like I was trying to plan. I will send an email out tomorrow to all of our past extravaganzers. I'm making up words now. And to the people who've already registered, and let them know the 2 options, and just to do it. If you have already registered, you do not have to do anything. If you'd like to add on a stamp set or a bundle, let me know. But if not, don't do anything. Those of you who have not registered yet, it just gives you some more options. If you aren't 100% sure or you're to go, you now know what you need to make it work. Okay, so I will recap that in an email. Oops, somebody has the nerve to drive down my dog's road. Yeah, so a couple more options, recapped in an email. I'm going to post the, I'm not going to post, I'm going to update the registration link when I'm done my newsletter. So that might be tonight, that might be tomorrow morning. And I will add the 2 other options onto it. But if you already know what you want to do and you know the numbers, just, it'll be done tonight. Who am I kidding? I'll do it before I go to bed tonight. But yeah, don't send money till you know the exact amount, because it's really, it's a lot when you get more than one. Okay. I'm going to do this kind of half and half, I think. Okay, so first off, I love the new catalog. And if you saw my picture earlier, I get out. So when I get the catalog, I'll show you my little system. When I get the catalog, I mark the things I have as I buy them. I highlight them in orange, so I know what I have. I think I only once bought a stamp set I already had, like on purpose, like went, oh, I'm going to get this one, and then realized I already had it. So just 1 minute. I was going to say, all of a sudden I'm watching my comments and an ad block thing came up, and it scared me what it was. I mean, I've accidentally hit 2, but so I do that. And then when the retiring lists come out, I take my other, it used to be pink, but I ran out of pink. So now I have a purple one, a purple highlighter, and I go through page by page every catalog. So now that I have done that for hours yesterday and back and forth and trying to find a few mysterious items, I am quite well acquainted with the new catalog, and it's only digital. It's going to be so much easier on paper. But I quite like it. I will tell you, I quite like it. If you don't have a demonstrator and you need to get one of these catalogs, let me know. I will post the link. It says click on the link below. That's for in my newsletter. I will order them as soon as I can. Oops, that's not on the screen. I'll order them as soon as I can. Should have them about mid-April, and then I'll get them out to you. I'm going to put that out of the way. Now, there are pricing changes coming up in the new catalog. I made this list. This is my homemade list. Ignore these numbers. If you were ever curious what the new cost per sheet of paper is, that's what it is. I just made this list, and I'm going to link it in my newsletter so you don't have to try to read it or study it or anything right now. And I went through both things and I compared, because there's no official list that came up. This is me comparing. I'm a human. There's a good chance there's at least one error on this sheet, but I've double checked it. I think I'm doing good, but it gives you an idea of what is going up in price. So here's one of the key things to notice. Some things are just going up like 50 cents. Some things are going up $3, 3.50. Little numbers, big numbers. So this is what I'm going to try to highlight as I go through this other stuff, so you know. I'm probably going to say this 5 times by the time I'm done. There's the price list or the price increase is one of the things that's going to trigger people to buy a bunch of stuff now. So the stocking levels are going to go, wow. The fact that the catalogs are coming to an end, they're going to go. People are going to see what's retiring. In colors are already in low stock. People are going to be doing events. By the time the last chance list actually shows up on the computer and the sale prices kick in on the 9th of April, people have already bought a lot. On the morning of the 9th of April, like midnight on 9th of April, stuff's going to go so quickly, like so quickly. So have all your lists ready and decide at which point you want to put it in. The 2nd of April, that's another one of the little indicators. On the 2nd of April, demonstrators could order from the new catalog. Now, if I only wanted a couple little things, I don't want to pay shipping. Because I don't like to pay full shipping unless I have a full order. And so I'm getting better at, instead of saying, well, I don't want to pay $10.95 for shipping, so I'll order $60 more of stuff so that my $10.95 is like the full shipping for the full price. Yeah, shopping math. I'm getting better at just waiting. But if there's anything I want, well, that's not true, because I am putting an order in the next couple days. And then I will probably have another order when I realize there's more stuff on the 2nd. When I do my pre-order, I'll probably add stuff to it then, because then I can maximize amounts as well. And then, yes, on the 9th, I will probably order stuff that's on sale. But each one of these dates triggers like other people to buy, right? So if there's stuff you have to have or want to have, sooner is better. Don't necessarily wait for it to be on sale. Now, I've kind of written on these things, but I'm going to attach these lists as well. And I know it drives some people nuts. I have no problem with this size of paper. I have to hold it really close before you can even read it. So I don't change mine, but they are in there as a PDF. So if you want to zoom in on them, I do have the Excel versions of them, but I find the Excel ones harder to link up. So if you want an Excel one, let me know, because I can email it to you. And then you can delete columns and make the print as big as you want. But I don't have a problem with this size, so I just go with it. There are little codes on here, right? And so this is what I'm going to try to highlight. But if you see 2 stars beside the item, that means it's being reconfigured in some way. In some cases, what do I have circled here? Oh, circle sayings bundle. That's because the stamp set is retiring, the punch is not. Right? So when it shows that the bundle is retiring, it's not really the whole bundle, it's part of it. If you see 3 dots, it means it's just the bundle pricing. What is this one? Wonderful Thoughts. Okay, so Wonderful Thoughts is the one with the ton of sentiments and then the dies that go with it, the cut. So right now, if you buy the 2 things together, because the first catalog it came in, I don't know if it's in the annual or in the mini, it's first catalog. So if you buy them together, you save 10%. So what's happening is it's going to carry over, but now they're going to be 2 independent items. You can't get them together for the 10% off. So if you want the bundle price, get it before it goes off. I'm going to show you how I marked up my catalog, and I made little tabs. And so this is the easiest way to hit the highlights for you. I'm not going to show you everything, trust me. This is what I wrote here. More French on sale. So when you look through this list, you'll notice, and I didn't write them in my book because I don't know anybody who buys French stamps except for me occasionally. And I do that just so that I have them if I need them. A lot more of these sale prices apply to the French version of the stamp. So if you want French stamps, it is listed on the sheet. I'm just not going to highlight it because I didn't actually write it down. There's a separate list, one for the annual and one for the mini. Now, if you compare the last chance list, like this list tells us for sure what is going. And then I can see the new catalog, so I can see what's there. And then there's always that little in-between fun zone. So I will also put this in. I'm going to hold it up for just a second in case anybody wants to screenshot it. I'm going to hold it with my left hand. How about I hold it with my right hand so you got a chance it's actually steady. So these are things that do not show up on the last chance list, and they're not in the new catalog because I have carried over to the online exclusive section. They already show up on the online exclusives on the website. They are already in that category. So any of the ones, if you're wondering, so these are all carrying over. Now, when the online exclusives came out, side note, I told you to get in color commentary. When the online exclusives came out, there was a lot of like comments about it. I love the online exclusives. Back in the day, so 12 years ago, let's go. That's as far back in the day as I go with Stampin' Up. But if they had planned where if stuff was in the catalog, the dog really wants my attention right now. Rascal, go find Merrick. If neither one of them listened to me, but I try. If they wanted to retire something, if they hadn't decided they were keeping it, I guess let's put it that way, it wouldn't show up in the next catalog. It wasn't there. You were done. But with the online exclusives now, like I'm going to guess that maybe they didn't plan on putting these in the next catalog, but they have enough of them left. Buys everybody a bit more time. Let's put them in the online store. They can add and subtract things a lot easier to the online store than to a paper publication, which is done like 2 years in advance. So I think this online exclusives is genius, and it gives us a lot more flexibility. So, let's just say, for example, you think blueberries are the bomb, then look at you. The Blueberry Bunches stamp set has carried over. These everyday details dies are fantastic. Now, the stamp set shows somewhere. I can't remember where the stamp set shows. I'd have to see it on the page. But the dies didn't show up anywhere. Well, they're here. So lots more chances. All of the one specialty plate that still shows in the catalog has now moved here, but all the other ones are there as well. So if you don't find something, go to the website, go to the online exclusives, or just go to the website and type in a description and see if it comes up. Now there's one set after all of this back and forth, the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. See, I know you were watching. That's why, because you do like blueberries. The Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. I found that the punch is carrying over. I think into the catalog. It's carrying over. I don't remember where it's going. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Information overload today. I'm going to send an email tomorrow about a little team get together, like a Zoom. So I'll explain more if you have questions. But because yes, lots of stuff today. But anyways, yeah, I can't figure out where the stamp set went. So there is one item that I am, still hoping somebody will come up with an answer to where that went. But we'll find it eventually. Okay. So again, my book is coil bound because I reference it a lot. The annual catalogs are not generally coil bound. So this is what I do when I get the retiring list. I go through and I start marking things up. Oh, no worries. No worries. Lots of time. So I start marking things up. In this case, if I circle something, that means it's carrying over. So I'm very happy that this best family ever, this is one of the best stamp sets, is carrying over. So when I'm going, because as I do this is my method, I know, but as I do this, it gives me one more chance to look at every single page of this catalog and decide, is there anything in here that I have to have? Now, as you can tell by my screen is just a little bit too small to show everything I want. As you can tell, you'll notice there's a lot of orange highlighter in here, which means I have it. So my goal is to try to use current stuff as much as possible so that if you see something, it's available for you to get. But I do have my own private collection of things that I use for personal use. And they do sometimes sneak into things that I have. So I will look, just like any customer will look. I will look at this thing and go, is there anything in here that I just absolutely have to have? And this is the best way to do it. Now, some of this stuff's going to go on sale. So some of this stuff you're going to get a wicked deal on as well. But I'm going to point some things out. So this is Petal Park. If you look on the retiring list, it will show you that the stamp set is retiring. The punch is not retiring. That should actually be circled. The punch is not retiring. But the punch is currently $30. And after May 1st, it will be $33. So a lot of the punches, and I was trying to, on my little price list, you'll notice, I noticed that if a punch is currently $30, it's going to probably go to $33. There's a couple that were in there at 36 that went to 37. There was a couple that were 37 that went to 39. The bulk of the punches right now seem to be in the $30 range. And there's no picture of this punch on here, but I have it. But it's got like 3 flowers and a leaf, I think. But yes, so if you want them and you want to save yourself $3, get the punch before the price goes up. If you want the stamp set to go with it, you got to get that before it retires, because it's doing that. So this is one of those ones that would have 2 dots beside it on the thing because it's going to be reconfigured in, I guess, as a way of the stamp set's going, the punch is staying. Oh, look at that, wonderful thoughts. That was the one I showed you earlier. So the stamp set is staying, the dies are staying, the bundle price is retiring. Some of the dies are going on sale as they go. And I have this written through the book. The dies are at the back, but a lot of the dies, 50 or 60% off. There's some stamp sets that are going on sale as well. So if you can, like right now, some of this stuff you can still get the bundle, but you have to look because if the dies are on sale, chances are you're better off to buy the stamp set and buy the dies on sale if you're willing to wait and gamble that they're available on the day you go to get them. And you'll save yourself more money than if you buy the bundle price. If you absolutely have to have it and you don't want to wait, get the bundle price. I will tell you that I smoke it. Oh my God, the prices of some of these things, Tamara. I'm looking at them and I'm like, should I get an extra one? Should I get that one? It wasn't on my list originally. Some of the deals are so good. It's just crazy. I will be up at midnight on the 9th of April to put in orders for myself and whatever customer needs me to put in an order for them at midnight. Because I suspect that people waking up at 7, 8, 9, and part of this is time change and who gets, like the East Coast of the States or the East Coast of Canada gets to order stuff well before us. By the time we get up in the morning, there will be stuff sold out. That's my guess. Because seriously, it's the same thing. Like some of the stamp sets are $12. Some of the dies, they were 40 or 50 or $20. So yeah, stuff's going to sell. I'm going to try not to do the annoying thing and click, 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 click. Now, here's the only one thing. The sale starts on the 9th of April. You cannot get the sale price before the 9th of April. Right now, you can look at a catalog and you can do like I did, and you'll know what's going on. On the 9th of April, you'll be able to go to the website. You'll be able to click on the last chance button, and it will show you the actual price of everything as you go through it. For now, you just have to look at the list. You can't get the sale price before, which I realized this is an Easter set. And when I was making all my Easter treats the other day, this one happens to still be on the desk. And boy, did I make Easter treats. I love the stamp set. And this is one of those ones that will stay with me because I love it and I've had it for years. The stamp set is going on half price. It's going to $13. The punch, which is regular $30, is going to $24. So for what is that? $37, you can get the big stamp set and the punch, as opposed to right now where you would be paying $56 for it. That's the kind of deals. You just can't get it in time for Easter, but you can get it for next Easter, because next Easter is the 20th of April. We're going from like the 29th of March to the 20th of April. Anyways, there's lots of dies are on sale. Punches are on sale. I'll show you that in a minute. There's not as many stamp sets that are on sale, but there are some stamp sets, and the ones that are on sale are really good deals. Okay, let's see what the next page says. Oh, that was the online exclusive. So this is one of those things. I'm going to be keeping this because I just love it so much. But this one here is another one of the ones where the punch is going really cheap. This is like such a cute little awesome punch to punch out these letters. Anyways, this was one of my ones that I did this. I found this and I found that the stamp set was retiring. Could not find the dies anywhere. Found out that the dies are going to the online exclusives. So I will, like I said, I will post all these lists of all my sleuthing of where things went. This is another one that I will highlight. So for Stampin' Up, if you are going to sell anything, like make cards or make things and sell them, the angel policy says you have to put this copyright Stampin' Up stamp on like the back of your card or whatever. So this is the current stamp set, and it is carrying forward. It will be the angel policy set in the next one. But just know that if you don't have one, you do need an angel policy stamp set. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. There's lots. There's a ton of, I'm not going to go through all of because there's bigger fish to fry in this catalog. There's some really good things happening though, like the amount of stamps that are carrying over, the amount of paper and embellishments and stuff that's carrying over, which means I've already stocked up and I can just keep playing with the stuff. Some of it I haven't had a chance to play with yet. Okay, so we know that the in color, so this whole block of colors, anything that is this color, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, is retiring. Inks and cardstock go first. They always do. Some of these are already on low order. And because my computer was being a brat, I did not get to check the list right before I started. So it's possible some of them are gone. But these things will go fast, right? And they're not on sale. So nobody's waiting till the 9th to order these. They're going to start going. Any of the embellishments, the ribbon, paper that has these colors in it, it's all going to go fast. Here's one of the things for pricing. This is the other thing I did. I don't do this every year because it doesn't happen every year. Okay, a little tiny soapbox moment, if I might. Stampin' Up! Is making some big changes to the catalog. Stampin' Up! Is having some price increases. And they're trying new things, and they're doing things, and there's some more corporate changes coming later in the year or beginning of next year. And some people are taking this well, and some people are not. A couple of weeks ago, it was announced that Close to My Heart was closing. I think there might have been some financial. I think that was more about the owner and health issues, and just it was time kind of thing. But it's hard. It's getting harder to do. Last night I'm watching the news, and Joann's in the States filed for bankruptcy. So it's a tough slog for anybody right now. And Stampin' Up! Is making the changes, and they're keeping them as little as they can. Like in 12 years, I don't remember a ton of price changes. And a lot of things have been very, like, you can count on it being the same year to year to year. So these are good changes, and they're meant to keep the company buoyant and stable. And we're lucky that they're in the position they're in. So I'm just going to tell you the information. I am good with everything that is happening right now. I quite like change. I think it's just a great opportunity to do new things. But there's a couple of these things, though, where the price changes are, I think, significant. The cost of white paper. I go through a lot of white paper. I'm going to be stocking up on white paper, the basic white cardstock, which I currently am out of all things, before the price goes up, just because of the volume I use. For the average person, the amount that it's changing, maybe it's not that bad. But I'm going to show you the stuff as we go anyways. So yes, cardstock. And so this is any of the packs of cardstock, like that 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It's going from $13.75 to $15.75. The refills, $7 to $7.50. That's not as bad. And then I already mentioned Stampin' Blends are going from $13.75 to $15. So any of these things that you want to get, even if they're not retiring, that's the difference in price before they go. Now, there are some things. I got to wait till I get to the right page so I can try to I get so excited about all this stuff. I had so much fun yesterday with all my markers and going through and comparing and, ooh, what's new? And I even get excited sometimes if I have a stamp set. Sometimes I win them, or sometimes I buy them thinking, oh, this will be the best. And then I find I don't use it as much. I get very excited when I find out those ones are retiring, because then I can sell them in my retired product sale with my new stuff. I was totally nerding out yesterday, but I'm going to try to stay focused. Okay. So yes, the 40 packs, like 40 sheets of very vanilla and basic white, are going from $14.50 to $18. So I will be stocking up on those because, like I said, I go through a lot of those. Here's the interesting part. I know that's further down, and I might mention it a second time. I told you there were some staples that were going. Very vanilla envelopes, very vanilla thick cardstock, and very vanilla note cards and envelopes are all retiring. Not being replaced, like retiring. So the very vanilla 8.5 by 11 is staying. I gotta wait till I get to the other sheet because I don't think the 12 by 12 is, but now I gotta double check. But yes, envelopes, note cards, and the thick cardstock all going. So if you want those, stock up on those. They're not on sale. Stock up on them now before they all go, because people will be stocking up on those. Most catalogs, like in the last 12 years, I only remember a couple times where like a package of paper of the DSP of the pattern paper carries over from one catalog to another. And this time I think there's 5, which is great because there's some great ones. So there's a couple here, like the Bright and Beautiful and the Countryside Inn. Those ones are actually carrying over. Most of the DSP is retiring, and I think most of it's on sale. That's another one of the things that goes very fast. Paper doesn't get stale like the DSP lasts. So these are the things that, yeah, see, with the exception of this one, for whatever reason, all of these are on sale. So DSP is going to go fast. Even the colors that are staying, like these are the in colors, right? These are the current ones. And then there's the set, there's 2 sets at all the time, right? So the picture here is the what year are we in? 23. The 23 to 25 ones. So it's the 22 to 24. That's just, I just made that more confusing, that are going. These are all the regular color families. These are all going to, because every year they change the pattern that is on the color family DSP. So these are all going to, and they're all on sale. And unfortunately, they're all on sale for a different price. It must be based on inventory levels. Like the ones they have more of are cheaper, the ones they have less of aren't, because every one of these prices seems to be different for what the paper is. Now here's a biggie. Tamara, I'm sending you virtual hugs because I know how much this is going to bother. This is bothering you. The vellum is retiring, like just the plain old vellum, but this the fancy vellum is also going. Now this fancy vellum and the plain one, which I think is on the next page that I'm trying to get to. Nope, still got one more page to go. Is retiring. Now I think over the years there has been specialty paper coming out in various different colors, or like the fancy one with the patterns on it of vellum. So my guess is maybe we'll see vellum in various different forms, but just, yes, the standard. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it had to do with inventory. Just the standard vellum is going. So yes, if you want this vellum or the other vellum, I think they will go fast just because people know that you won't be able to get it anymore. Like I said, the note cards are going. The vanilla note cards and the vanilla envelopes are going. These little 3x3 envelopes, they're going. They're so handy for so many things. If you watch Tamara's shows, you'll notice she uses these to make cute little inserts on the inside of a card to put gift cards in. But little mini cards, I have so much fun with mini cards. Okay, just a minute, because I think I missed a page. There we go. As expected, a lot of things retire. Some of the tools are going up in price. A lot of them are not going up significantly in price. But I will tell you that some of the ink refills and stuff, sorry, I'm trying to make this work on I'm trying to hold it in the camera and not knock everything off my desk. So like some of the refills here are going up in price, a couple bucks. So if you know you need refills and you want to save yourself a couple bucks, get those before they go up. None of these things are retiring. Like they're just carrying over, but they'll be more expensive in the new catalog. Blending brushes are each going up $2 to $3 a pack. So that would be a good time to stock up on blending brushes, or blender pens. They're also going up. Adhesives. There's some small changes in the adhesives. Most of them are only a quarter. The glue dots, one of my absolute favorite embellishments, are going up $2 a roll. Now glue, you can't buy like, well, I guess you can. You can do whatever you want. I would not recommend buying like 50 rolls of glue dots, because glue dots do have a lifespan. But if you use them as fast as I do, stocking up, like buying 10 packs of them, by the time they start to dry out, I probably would have used them. But I'm just saying, they are going up a little bit. The liquid glue is going from $7.50 to $8.25. So that's this one, which I am using way more now than I used to before. Just because I'm finding that sometimes the refills are not in. And this is generally in, and I'm finding I'm getting way more used to using it. There are lots of embellishments carrying over, but as you can tell, there are lots of embellishments that are retiring and are on sale. Same with the ribbons. So I'm just doing this to give you like a visual. You can see if there's a price beside it, it's retiring and it's on sale. And if it's staying, there's a few things that are staying. Some more of the tools, they're all a couple bucks here or there. The take your pick stuff's all going up by $1 or $2. I figured good timing, because I just bought a whole bunch more of these things. I like to think I knew what I was doing, but you know. Okay, this is a very cool punch that lets you flag end, or I don't know, bullet end. I'm not really sure what the name for that is. Your little strips. It's retiring. This one is staying, but it has different, it's the same theory. You can make 3 different sizes. It just has different ends on it. Kind of has that postage look or ticket look to it, I think. But this one is a very popular punch. It is not on sale, but it is retiring. So I'm telling you, I'm pointing out the things that are key. There's only a few punches that are staying. And like I said, all of these punches, these two are both $33 right now. They're $30. They're going to be $33 in the new catalog. This is the Elegant Edge Tag Toppers, $36 going to $37. The rest of them, retiring. Most of them, half price. That includes the corner one that gives you the like the little like ribbon slot in the fancy corners. It's going to. Incredible deals on punches. Punches are one of those things I have a hard time parting with. Okay, another key thing that's going. Some of the blocks. Now, again, in a very, very coincidental, because I have, until yesterday, I did not know any of this. No idea, no spoilers. I did not know anything. I know you like that punch, Tamara. I know how much you like that punch. And that's what I was thinking. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I got to tell people, because everybody that Tamara knows has bought that punch because she loves it so much and she tells them to buy it. And if you haven't already bought it, you need to, because it's retiring. So I want to say maybe 3-4 weeks ago, I decided that I did not have enough small blocks for when I have classes or events and stuff, because, or even just when I'm like going to town and making all the crafts, because I like to be able to like stamp and not have to like wash in between. And I just, by the time I'm done, I usually have like a pile of stamps that need to be washed and put away. So these tiny little A blocks, I ordered a bunch more of. They're retiring. Where'd my G blocks go? The G block, and if you're, I don't know if you ever like, why would you look if nobody pointed it out? But you can kind of see on the side, it's engraved. So the long skinny ones, or I guess the small skinny ones, the G blocks, those are also retiring. And then, let me make sure this is there. Oh, that's H. Just a minute, grab the wrong one. I think it's maybe just because they're not making stamps necessarily this big. There has been a few stamps though, and if you look at my hand, you'll see how long this block is. This is the I block that is retiring. I've used this. There's been a few things where it only fits on here. So maybe no new stamps are ever going to be this long. But if you have some of the old stamp sets and you don't have this block yet, get this block because you're going to want it. So those 3 block sizes are retiring. So that means the whole bundle's retiring, and they're going to reconfigure it, and there will probably be a new price afterwards because it'll have 3 less blocks. But there, I don't know. Some of them are just so good that you want them. Let me see. I don't think there's any major price changes on there. The machine's going up by $2. The plates are going up by $2. That's not major. You don't go through. Well, hopefully you don't go through machines like crazy, but you also don't necessarily go through the plates that fast. So these are the bundles. A lot of them are, the whole thing is retiring, and this just shows the die price because this is the die section. But when you get to the standalone dies, or some of these are dies that are part of bundles that are no longer like in the bundle. They have matching stamp sets, but they're no longer bundled as bundled prices. But you will notice that a good portion of those are also retiring. But you can see there's the prices. Like this is a $58 die set for $29. Like these are like I said, 40, 50, some even 60% off. The new, I should buy 3 more of that punch. Yes. What is it? It says new bundle is cheap. Chesper? I'm guessing that's supposed to be cheaper, but sorry, you lost me. I don't know which bundle you're talking about. More details? Sorry, I got so excited there. I don't know what I was doing, but I started to slide off my chair. So let me just readjust. Those of you who were all excited, the deckled rectangles are going to the online exclusives. So these are one of my favorite sets of dies. This is the Alphabet LMO. That's the tall, skinny ones. And then I'll show you in the mini, but there's a few like essential sets that are staying. The bulk of these dies, though, are going. So this is where, and these are the ones that are going to be on sale. So if you want to get them on the sale price, make your list. Oh, the new block bundle's cheaper. Okay, yeah. Yeah, with 3 less blocks, especially given that this honking big block's not in there, it should be a much better price. I think right now it's 100 and something, right? So that's a good deal. But yeah, I think I have the small blocks. I now have 4 of each. So I have 4 of these, 4 of the next size up, 4 of the next size up. Once it comes to like the D blocks, which are the most common blocks for kids, I must have 20 of them. But even though I have that many, I still like the little guys. So I'm suggesting if you need to stock up on blocks, get some of the different sizes. What was I doing here? I don't know. I was looking at that page for something, but I don't know what. A lot of the embossing folders, oh, that's what I was going to say. I remember now. A lot of the embossing folders are also on sale. There's a few that are carrying over, as you can tell. There's some new ones coming out. There's some cool ones. These hybrid ones that are like 50 bucks each, 20 bucks, 22 bucks. And this is the one where it's the embossing folder plus the dies plus the stamp set. So what I was going to say on the other page when I lost my train of thought is make your list now. So if you want to wait and like take your chances that it's available when the sale goes, make your list and write down, here's the stamp set, here's the dies, or here's the stamp set, here's the folder, and make your list and get it all ready to go. So you are ready to go. If you don't want to wait, you absolutely want it now, grab it at the bundle price at least before it goes away. But yeah, there's a lot of this stuff is on sale. And so the 9th is going to be a very busy day at Stampin' Up. It also means if you have something that you need it a week later, the night it's going to be very busy on the 9th. It is not going to ship and get there in 3 days. Like I think the fastest I've had stuff from the time I put the order. I remember putting an order in on Sunday night, not that long ago either. And the box came Friday afternoon, and I was like, normally if I was to put something in like Monday morning, middle of next week, end of the following week, I would get it. So like that was like record delivery time. I suspect things will be a little slower than that because it's going to be very busy. Now, what do I got? I got 7 more minutes. Okay, I'm good. So the mini catalog. Because it's a slightly different setup, it's going to look a little bit different, but the same idea is there. There's a bunch of stuff from the mini catalog that is carrying over. So while all of the like consumables in a bundle tend to retire, and in this case they are, my head's in the way, and not as much of this stuff I don't think is really on sale, but of the ones carrying over, but I'll have to check. But the stamp set and the dies are carrying over. Sorry, the stamp set and the punch. This punch will go from 30 to 33. So if you want it, you can get it now at the bundle price, because in the new catalog, it won't be bundled and the punch will cost more. And it's only a few bucks, but it is still a few bucks. Same with this one. So this one is carrying over for the stamp set and the dies. You just won't get the bundle price anymore. So you save, so on a $82 bundle, so you're saving $8.20 if you buy it sooner rather than later. Okay, so I just have to get to the section, and I don't know I forgot which papers it was. I was going to try to tell you some of the papers. So these were like the big dies that those are carrying over. Okay, so I already mentioned the perennial lavender. So you like it when you get a suite like this. Actually, this is a really good one to focus on. The paper's carrying over. These gorgeous gems are carrying over. The little paper butterflies are carrying over. This whole stamp set and dies are carrying over. These awesome postage dies are carrying over, but this stamp set is not. I know, Bonnie, the B one, I had so much fun with the B one. That was I think our February class. And I made 5 cards, and then I ended up with 10 cards. And then I had about another 7 samples of different things and treat containers. Oh, the bee was adorable. And yes, with the paper and the flowers and stuff that's available now. But even just the bee punch and the bee stamp set, adorable. Okay, so yes, do not be fooled with this one. It looks like almost everything is staying and carrying over, but this one stamp set is not. And then, oh, I had so much fun with these eggs, and they are retiring. Somebody's blueberries are staying. Okay, so yes, so the stamp set is, I was looking this up. So the stamp set for the everyday details is carrying over, and the dies are going into the online exclusives. So they'll be in 2 places, but they'll still be available. The hot air bundle is staying. So is the twine. So are the embellishments. The paper is not. I love this paper, and this paper has served me so well on my Easter treats. It's going. There's more. I'm trying to find the papers that are staying. Oh, this paper is staying. Nature Sweetness. That one is staying. See, I didn't circle it here, so it's not jumping out at me. This is, and because my catalogs look like this at the end, I missed some of them. Sometimes I just get too excited. I don't actually know about the trim. I didn't notice the trim. Oh no, the trim's retired. Okay, so this paper is gorgeous. The stamp set, the dies, and this gorgeous paper carrying over. So there's a lot more. Like, I don't know. Normally we don't have as much that carries over. These were the ones I was looking for. The mini alphabet dies that are in here. Love the shape of these. Awesome little dies. Also carrying over. There's a couple of that one I'm just going to keep going by and shake my head and go, what? So these two, the submarine and the cow, very cute bundles, both carrying over, both currently bundled, currently with the punch, and come the new catalog, you'll be paying 10% more, plus the punches are each going up $3. So just sort of saying, I've had a lot of fun with both of those. Yeah, I think that's the highlights. It's worth looking at. If you have specific questions about products, let me know, because some of them I can tell you off the top of my head because I spent that much time yesterday. But for most of them, I can look it up because by writing all over my catalog, it means I don't have to go look at 3 different pieces of paper, so I might be able to get you a faster answer. But to recap, if there's anything you want, do not wait, because things are going to start to go fast now because everything's been announced. The 2nd of April, demos get to order, more stuff's going to go. The 9th of April, it goes on sale, more stuff's going to go. The 30th of April, the last day to buy any of this stuff, whether it's in stock or not. Because come the 1st of May, anything that is retiring is gone. Then the new catalog comes into play. And as soon as the 1st of May hits and the new catalog comes into play, all the new prices come into play. Okay, so in my newsletter, I'm going to post this little list, and I'm going to post the little in-between list. Isn't that part of Stranger Things or something, the in-between? Posting the list tomorrow. I'm going to finish my newsletter as soon as I finish this up and get myself a warm cup of tea because this one's cold. And then I will crack off the newsletter. And then as soon as that's done, I will update the extravaganza information in an email to everybody for that. So we know that that's going. My newsletter also has all the class stuff. And it will have the information about the paper pumpkin and the new prices there. So yeah, it's just going to be full of things. Oh, and my price list with the price changes, that will be in the newsletter as well. So yeah, hopefully I made that make more sense and saved you some time from having to compare all your lists and try and change. I think when the new catalog comes out, and okay, so side note to anybody who's a demonstrator, we got to see the digital catalog yesterday. And if you go right on the happening now stuff, the catalog page, you could click and download the catalog right from there. If you go to the actual catalog page, there's a video where Corey, who's the vice president of marketing for Stampin' Up, explains all the changes to the new catalog. It is full of great information. And that's just for demos for right now. When the new catalog goes live, because by then I will be so well versed with it, but even now I've got a feel for like how it's set up and how things are going. I will do another live and I will show you a paper copy of the catalog. And this will not be until at least the 1st of May, because I can't even open a catalog, even if I had one, until then, to show you. And we'll walk through the new catalog and I will kind of explain some stuff for you because it's very cool. The new layout is very cool and how they did stuff. And it has a genius index, which will help you find stuff. And anything you can't find there, you can very easily just go into the computer, punch in a name on search, and boom, there it is. So all the new catalog stuff will come after the 1st of May when I can do that. For now, we're just going to focus on if there is stuff you want in either one of these 2 catalogs, you will not be able to buy them after the 30th of April. They might sell out before the 30th of April. Some of them will be on sale. There you go. That's as many reminders as I can give you. You're on your own. Go with God, people. Shop. Okay, enough. I have papers. I'm just making sure I told you all the things I have all the papers for. I think that's it. Look at that. How's that for Tuesday with Tracey? Now, normally my Tuesday is supposed to be crafting and my Friday is supposed to be all things business, but my Friday is half the time. And I knew I couldn't get this done in a half an hour. So Friday, I should have a couple new kits that I'm going to unbox and throw some cards together. Maybe just so that I can, because I know I'm going over by like seconds, but maybe just so I can show you something pretty. The stamp set, the bonus stamp set that came in the last paper pumpkin. That's not one of them. I had a lot of fun with. These are cards I made with it. What else can I show you? I feel like I should show you cards because I'm supposed to. Remember these cards that I made I made domestic and wild animals. This stamp set that has happy birthday, thank you. I can't remember. This stamp set is retiring, people. Yes. I'm so happy you got to join me, Bonnie. Like I said, watch for the email tomorrow, and I will have an offer for a Zoom for team members because there's lots to know during your first silly season of catalogs and stuff. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. If you have questions, let me know. Lists will be in my newsletter. Have a fabulous evening. I'll see you on Friday. Bye, everybody.